They're following the exact same path. They're overstretching their resources. They're trying to govern a world when they don't necessarily have the power to govern the world. The world is tired of them. They're tired of the brutality. They're tired of them going back on their deals, just like Rome did. Rome, in its late stage, constantly went back on its deals, and people got pissed.
Yeah.
They had no more allies. Rome was very good at burning bridges with allies because we're superior. Hey everybody, Jordan from Back Society here. Do me a favor and click that subscribe button below and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a single episode. Now, back to grinding. All right, welcome back to Back Society. I'm your co-host Jay with my other co-hosts.
S baby.
And C, unfortunately, cannot make it today, protecting and serving, man. Big props to him. Big props to him. Freedom ain't free.
Saving the world.
Saving the world. Freedom ain't free.
That's what he does best.
It's great, dude. I mean, I appreciate the service and stuff. And because of him, we have the freedom of speech to criticize the government. Woo. Anyway, we're talking about movies, dude. And S was going to drop why he has a problem with the Star Wars universe at this time. The Disney, now Filoni universe.
So my take on Star Wars is they gotta grow up with us. We're not kids anymore. That's really
but Star Wars has
problem.
always been for kids.
I know that, but the majority of people that love Star Wars are grown.
I get it, but like at the same time, you know, when did A New Hope come out?
In the 70s.
In the 70s.
And I get it.
Like when the prequels came out, you know, we loved it. Darth Maul, the lightsabers, Yoda with the lightsaber. Those guys who grew up with the original Star Wars were grown up, but it was still kind of kiddie, you know?
It was still kind of kiddie, but nowadays it's too kiddie. It's too.
What makes it too kiddie? Because of Grogu?
Here's the thing. I know people did not like the Acolyte. I know what you're gonna say, but yeah. But the Acolyte had action. the choreographics
was good.
With the light, it was good. It was better than good. It was phenomenal, and it was better than the ones that they had in the movies with the Disney, with the whatever.
It was better.
You know what I mean? The new trilogy.
You know what?
Better.
It's so funny you mentioned that because I was thinking the other day, I was just like, I wish they could just get rid of the Acolyte, just get rid of the old cast, but just give the fucking Sith guy a movie. Give him like a series of himself because he was so cool. He was really actually cool.
He really was. And he killed. He killed.
Dude, he slaughtered those. He didn't just kill them. He slaughtered them, dude.
And you know, for me, going into that, I was like, dude, look at this Jedi, man. Mm-hmm. This is not like Anakin, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, we had that. We were like, you were like, where are my Jedi gone? Who are these people?
Where are the Jedis at, bro? Where are the Jedi?
Little did you know, you had to wait one episode and they were gone.
Yeah. I don't want this weak cast, but that's what I'm saying. Star Wars should grow up with their audience. I want to see the wars. Let's get down and dirty.
Yeah.
Let's see the deaths.
Yeah.
Let's see the viciousness. Let's see what the Sith are really about.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we could have a standalone series of the fucking Sith guy, and he could just go around the galaxy just dispatching people, dude. Like, it could be dark. It could be, you know, him, like, playing a power game with Darth Plagueis and shit, dude. Maybe maybe he was trying to kill young Palpatine, you know? You never know. It'd be fucking cool as hell. He was cool. I'm sorry, but he was, like, the coolest Sith since fucking Maul, dude.
He was. And I completely agree with that. But that's what I'm saying is like Star Wars is a little too kiddie, and I feel like they abandoned their audience. Grow up with the audience. Do one Netflix special.
The thing is like
season.
Their mindset is like, yeah, people grow up, but it's still Star Wars, you know? They're trying to keep like turning and burning the generations. Like now when they need to get, you know, Gen Alpha on heel, Gen Sigma on heel. That's a new generation, by the way, Sigma. The kids born this year.
Okay, but all of them are all of them have the internet. They know what's going on. They're not trying to see some weak, non-lightsaber-esque fighting going on.
Dude, you want to know something that's a little depressing though? Like,
What?
you know how for us, it was the prequel series, That's what we
Yeah.
always harken back because that was our generation. But, like, the Zoomers are growing up, and you know what their movies are gonna be, right? It's the sequel series. So
Yeah,
so, like,
disappointed.
they're gonna
That
reach our
sucks.
age and be like, they just don't make it like Rey anymore. They don't make it like Finn anymore.
No
Give me another
way.
Kylo, bro.
No way. They all flopped. They flopped hard.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what Star Wars does, though,
Ah, dude, just one time, just get the director and production of 300 and
3 on
just
Dan Snyder? I don't know. I don't
dude, and
know.
just make it a little gritty. That's what I'm saying.
Dan Snyder, fucking Zack Snyder. He made Justice League, right? The movie? He was the one
And
that
he
did,
made it
like,
look
Man of Steel and shit.
didn't he make it a little gritty? Made
That's
it a
his
little
whole
dark?
that's his whole shtick is gritty, dude. I can't name a Zack Snyder film that wasn't gritty. I mean, Sin City, fucking, Sin City was gritty, Man of Steel was gritty, 300 was gritty. What was the other movie he did?
Dude,
With
that's
the like, the B-list superheroes.
I wanna
Um,
see I
with
wanna
Mr.
see his
Manhattan,
vision.
the naked blue guy.
I wanna see his vision of Star Wars, because his vision is my vision.
The thing
Real
is like,
gritty.
he makes it really gritty, but he's not good with story, dude. He's not that great with story.
Okay, you got billions of dollars, hire a storyteller.
The thing is that's not
You
what
know
he
what I mean?
does. He doesn't do that.
Dude, I understand because that was the problem with The Acolyte, right? The story was horrible.
Mhm.
Casting was
Horrible.
it was
I would
could have
like
been better.
I would like Zack Snyder I would let him do the Sith guy. Absolutely. I think he would be good.
For sure.
He's decent with villains like fucking, Man of Steel. Fucking Zod was cool as hell.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of that, but yeah.
You didn't
That's
watch
what
Man of Steel?
no,
Really?
no.
Not the
I
first
no
Superman?
I not even the first for me, superhero movies are just they're not for me. They are just not.
Dude, Zod was played by fucking, Leonard from Let's Go to Prison. You
I
know,
understand.
he was
I understand.
great as Zod, dude. He was like, "Oh,
But
I'm just gonna genocide everybody, dude." He was cool.
I
Not
like
saying genocide is
Wakanda
cool.
forever. I do the Black Panther, but
Black Panther was
dude,
all hype, dude. All hype.
that's disrespectful.
It's not. No, the only good part was fucking Michael B. Jordan. That was the only good part of the movie.
Dude, he was a great villain,
Killmonger was
and
cool as hell.
he came out wearing the Vegeta uniform. I mean, like, come on, dude. I mean, that's the stuff that I'm talking about. Grow up with your audience, dude. Grow with your audience. That's what I'm saying.
Fucking Killmonger.
You know what I mean? Come on.
I think most people are like, "Please come back, Killmonger." Fucking just take over.
He killed it. Everybody, I cried when he died. Tear went down. Say no. No.
I cried
That's
with
our
the
king. That's our king right there.
That's the true king of Wakanda.
Yeah.
That's straight disrespectful because the Black Panther passed away.
But that story was good too. I thought that was a good storyline.
I mean,
Right?
it was okay, but I'm not gonna. It's not my favorite standalone Marvel film. You know,
Yeah, I
like
know.
Iron Man
Like,
was better.
the first Iron Man was really good.
The second Thor Ragnarok, fucking awesome.
Never seen it.
Thor Ragnarok was good. It was a really good one.
I only seen one Thor, and it was the one with Christian Bale.
Oh, I didn't like that
It
one very
was
much.
But I mean, like, I watched it for a background movie, and I was like, "This."
A background. No, the one before it was good. Like Thor Ragnarok with him and Hulk, dude, it was awesome.
Yeah, see, no, I can't. I just no, just no,
No,
no.
weird because like growing up, man, you were all about DC and Marvel.
Not really.
You saw Iron Man before me.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Okay,
You
you're
couldn't
right.
when a Batman movie came out, dude, you were the first one in line.
But what was so good about Batman?
Well, it's gritty.
Exactly. That's my point. That is my point. That's my point. This is what I'm trying to get across. Why is Batman so good? It grew up with the audience and it was so gritty. The storytelling was unbelievable. And it was like relatable.
I don't even know if you can say
it wasn't cartoonish.
I don't know if you can even say it grew up with us because, like, when we watched Batman the animated series. You know, we were like 10 or something like that. That shit was already kind of fucking dark. You know?
Yeah, it was. Well, it was Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
And then you had like, you know, Batman Begins and shit, and the bad guy was Qui-Gon. I mean,
yeah,
it was good.
Oh, hands down, Batman series, hands down. But I will say that new Batman that they tried to do it gritty and it turned out very bad.
No, I know. It was just like, oh, it's based off of like the dark side of like Chicago, New York. I'm like, it's not that dirty. It's not that dirty.
Yeah, nope. Sorry, no flop. No,
I'm sorry, but when they were on the like the train platform and they were beating up that one Asian guy, you know, the thugs and stuff, and then they look to the shadows and Batman comes out and they're like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm vengeance." And I had to pause the movie to fucking lose it, dude.
That was the money shot right there. Fumbled.
I had to pause it because I was laughing too hard, man.
Oh my god!
I'm vengeance.
And he fumbled it. That's right there. You're like, all right, there's the movie right there. All right there.
It was also like 3 hours long, bro, and I just didn't have the patience for it.
Could you imagine? They did a Star Wars movie, kind of like the Batman trilogy, with that esque. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, bro.
I don't know. I don't know. The thing is that Star Wars is never look, dude, that PG-13 on episode 3 was like a 1 in a million shot, dude. It's never coming back. You're never gonna see another PG-13 Star Wars, dude. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to help them make billions, man, and
they're
they just
Disney.
Listen.
They are Disney, dude. They just feed you slop. Disney is just a slop factory right now.
Slop. The world is slop, man. People are sick of it. People are sick of the slop, man.
I'm sick of it too, but the problem is people still consume it, dude. People still consume it.
Well, because there's nothing else to consume.
There's stuff to consume. It just doesn't look like that because the slop is just there's so much of it is burying the real shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
That's the terrible thing, bro. But like that's the problem what I have with like AI and shit. It's just like it's just destroying creativity. It's trying its best to make everyone rely upon it, but everything seems the same, you know? The lizard people, they're taking over, man. The lizard people. This is their grand plan, dude. They're lobotomizing the surface dwellers.
Yeah, it's scary. AI is a scary thing. AI, because within the next 4 or 5 years, we won't be the apex predator here on Earth anymore.
Probably not.
Somebody who else have superior knowledge over us. Our children will never be smarter than AI, and it's a scary thing.
And like, what are they gonna do, right? What are they gonna do for like a job, for like a fucking and to do anything, to get anything ahead in his life, right?
Well, right. I mean, for me, it's not like that. I don't see it that way.
I see it that way because like it's gonna. Let's say you have a kid right now. They still gotta wait like 16, 18 years to do anything. And like, who knows what AI is gonna be in 16, 18 years?
100%. My thing is that what is the number one priority for AI? What is the use of it for? The number one priority used for is a weapon. Weapons.
Yeah.
Weapons.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part, is because it's used for weapons. Like, everybody thinks, oh, it will help humanity. It would help this and that way. But we all know the people at the top are holding on to it to make weapons.
Oh, I know. They're trying to betterment society by keeping it private, by keeping it closed, by keeping it by making it a for-profit. How's that better society, bro?
No, it's a power struggle. It's a power control.
It's 100.
Whoever
they know they're gonna have their little feudalism. They're gonna concentrate everything in their little hands, and they probably strongly believe that they're the only ones capable of steering the world to the new age or something like that. But they're just gonna get turned against. They're
100%.
the patsy. They're the patsy.
Yep, they are I mean, they got to know that. They're like, "Oh, we're bending the knee. We're gonna serve you, God AI."
Why do you think they're building bunkers?
Bro. But I mean,
the lizard people want to return to underground, man. That's why they're building bunkers.
Are they pushing us into the underground? These lizard people, man. I can't.
They're not pushing us to the underground. They're going back home. They're building bunkers. They're going back home. They're leaving us here to like work out their mess. They're trying to lobotomize us. They're trying to rule us. They're going to rule us from their little underground bunker in their little mole, hollow earth. They're hollowing the earth right now, dude. They're trying to make the lizard people real.
What makes you think that we're already not being controlled?
I don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
I mean, our perception is constantly being controlled. I feel like the narratives that we hear from everything is constantly being controlled. It's just
so I know.
It's just part of life now. It's so bad.
People
so bad, but it's so blatant though.
My thing is like I'm wondering what happens when the boomers are just all gone, because then, I feel like the younger generations are just as compliant, They don't have as much trust, But
yeah, you know what though? I heard, or I read something that we've had a boomer president since
ever.
Forever, right? We've had
Forever.
a boomer president forever.
Yeah.
Right?
I think Obama was the youngest since JFK.
Yeah. And, and everybody liked Obama, even though he
was controlled
a lot of illegal wars.
He was controlled op too. I saw through him the first year. I was happy when he got elected, but after a year, I was like, oh God, it's more of the fucking same.
But still, though, yeah, it's I don't want to be like a doomsday kind of guy, but it's like, man,
it's hard.
You can only ignore it for so long.
I agree. It's hard not to be a doomer, man. It's hard. It's hard.
When you got these people building bunkers and you're seeing everything just coming to a turtleneck, you're like, man, maybe, man.
Maybe we're in wars. We're shutting ourselves off. We're talking about dismantling NATO. We're making allies hate us right now. They hate us right now. People around the world just don't like Americans anymore. We're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot constantly.
Did you watch the Trump's address to the nation the other day?
I watched clips. I'm not sitting through that, dude.
It was only 20 minutes long, but I was
20 minutes too long of him just him sucking himself off, dude.
The glazing is unreal. The glazing is unreal.
Unbelievably unreal.
But it's so crazy because it's like the TV tells you one thing and then the internet tells you the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you believe?
I'm not going to believe him. That's for sure. I wouldn't be caught dead believing him, dude. He lies all the fucking time. He doesn't know how to tell the truth. I don't think he has told the truth in his damn fucking. I don't think he's told the truth at all, dude. I was looking up something like Trump's tenure in the UCFL, United States Football League.
Yeah,
dude, he was doing some shitty things there too. He helped ruin that league,
Yeah, he did. The thing about this war is we don't know the strat. We don't know the strategy.
What strategy? I don't think there is a strategy.
Right. There is a strategy. I don't think, that's the thing. I don't think Trump is dumb. I know everybody wants to say he's dumb.
I don't think he's
dumb.
I think I think he's old. I don't think he's all there. I think he knows what he's doing, dependent on what hour of the day.
Right. See, okay.
It's tough, bro.
We know alright, so basically what this war did was it exposed the petrodollar, right? Which basically was getting every country to use the US dollar and oil. It exposed it, right? Do you think do you think that was part of the strategy or not? Because you gotta also understand that these people that are in power, in every little thing, they look for an opportunity to turn their weakness into a strength.
I don't think it has anything to do personally. I don't think the petrodollar has much to do with it. I don't think he cares much about the petrodollar because he's been kind of crashing the economy as he's going along. He doesn't really care to posture against China anymore. He hasn't really postured against China at all. And that's the only alternative to the petrodollar is yuan. So I don't see that happening. And not to mention the Strait of Hormuz being closed, you have to China is the power player after that, you know?
Right. Right. So long many moons
I
ago
think this is
on this
I think they think that I think the administration thinks there's some kind of collapse that's going to happen. Whether it's from climate change, people tired of the unipolar war, things like unipolar world, anything like that. But I think they're trying to build a structure to keep us enclosed and weather whatever storm is happening. That's why Venezuela happened. That's why Iran
Oh,
happened.
so you are a doomsday kinda guy
Have you ever
right
played
now.
have you ever played Fallout?
Yeah, I never played it, but I watched the TV series,
Well
and I enjoyed it.
well, one of the reasons the Great War happened in Fallout was because oil was starting to run out. And so the United States was taking over everything it could that had an inch of oil, whether from Venezuela to Iran to
Mm,
Canada.
yeah.
And it kind of feels like that's the way it's going. Like even like Saudi Arabia is trying to move away from petroleum. That's why they have all those stupid grand projects that keep falling.
Right, yeah, the tourist, so you think that oil could possibly run out?
It's a finite resource. It's possible,
What
but
see, and
I think something
that's
else might happen. But either way, it seems like the United States is trying to close ranks here. That's what it seems like. They're trying to brace for something.
I right, and you know what? I kinda agree with you on that one. I do. I do agree. They know something that we don't know that might happen pretty soon. I don't know if it's a nuclear thing or something from the sky or what, but something is it's not adding up, right? I don't because a lot of people are putting into, like, the, Armageddon, like, the religious prophecies and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I don't know for sure, like, they are bracing for something, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems like, and there is a lot of people like, our
Yeah.
ambassador to Israel, fucking Huckabee, that think, the end times are imminent, bro. The end times, you better get right with Jesus. I hope you got right with Jesus. But you have to get right with Jesus because something is gonna happen. I don't know what it is. It could be anything, but
Now,
it just seems weird.
it does seem weird, but I will say this, though. Remember in the podcast, we talked about this guy named Chris Bledsoe?
Mhm.
So, Chris Bledsoe, he did the prophecy. He made a prophecy, in 2012 that said, "In 2026, Israel is going to nuke Iran, and while they nuke Iran, a UFO is supposed to stop that from happening, and then there will be 1,000 years of peace."
Thankfully, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think that's
Israel
gonna happen either.
Israel has no reason to nuke it Iran.
You don't think so?
Iran's impotent. I mean, like, they're sending their little drones and stuff, but, a nuking's not gonna stop it. You can't and why nuke a country that's on the defensive?
Well, I
Nuking
mean, like
You would nuke a country if, like, the enemy is at your door, right? And there's no defense given. Like, That's when you use the nuclear option. It's like the Russian quote, when will Russia use a nuclear bomb? When there's no Russia in the world anymore.
Exactly. So with that being said, we don't hear everything in Israel is censored, right? Do you think Iran has at least struck Israel a couple of times?
Oh, 100% they're striking Israel. There is no way. Their drone army is actually pretty massive. They're
So what
striking
if
Israel every day.
Israel is backed into a corner and they're like, we don't know what to do anymore? I mean, like, for me, I feel like that's the whole reason why America can't pull out of the Middle East is because, or pull out of Iran is because it will leave Israel wide open. They said that strategically that, or at least like Saudi Arabia and the other GCC countries were getting mad because when Iran started to bomb their countries, strategic military strategy was to let them go and just protect Israel.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
so what what if Israel is getting blown to pieces and that we don't know about because everything in there is censored, and then they're just like, "You know what? Screw it. Hit that red button."
the thing is like, yeah, Israel's getting pounded, right? But like a specific part of Israel is getting pounded. Tel Aviv is probably getting pounded, right? I've seen like videos and pictures of it, but that's one city. That's like saying you're losing just because New York is getting hit. The United States is
How
going to
big
lose the
is
war just because New York is getting hit.
That's alright, but hold on, restructure that because listen, Israel is only as big as New Jersey.
Right, but they still have many, many fallback cities than just Tel
You
Aviv.
can you could get in a helicopter and cross Israel from one side to the other in an hour and a half.
Right, but do you think the government just stops at Tel Aviv?
I
Israel's a very fortified country, so I doubt they just if Tel Aviv falls, I doubt Israel falls.
No, yeah, I agree with that, but I'm just saying we don't know the capability of Iran. What if they do just start I mean, like, I feel like it's Iran is alright, so what Israel did, right? They took out the Ayatollah during Ramadan, right?
Yeah, crazy,
That was their it's crazy, but that was
crazy.
their holy day. Now we're in Passover, which is Israel's holy time. So now my guess is that the Iranians are going to bombard. I'm talking about bombard Israel on their holy days.
Probably, that
I'm
makes
just
sense. I just
yeah,
I'm not saying you're wrong, I just don't think the nuclear
right.
option is necessarily on the table.
At the same time as it's always on the table when somebody goes on there and say we're going to blast you to the stone ages.
Right.
Does that not be like nuclear option is on the table?
No, that means glass. That means you glass them, to me. To me, it means you just bomb them. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say like a nuclear bomb, but just bomb them. Carpet bomb, cluster bomb, which technically is illegal, but they do it anyway, and just glass them.
When somebody says, "I'm gonna blast you to the stone ages," to me, that's like, "Oh, the nuclear bomb is on the table."
I get what you're saying, but we've used that term numerous
Yeah,
times, and we've only dropped the bomb once, twice.
twice, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, it's 1, we don't know what's gonna happen. 2, like, there is a little piece of hope in me that Donald Trump is somewhat of a genius. Because I am praying to God that Donald Trump is like Darth Vader in Star Wars and that eternal Palpatine,
Bro, this
Darth
man
Sidious
is
at the end.
Palpatine. This man
I hope
is Palpatine. You gotta wonder
no,
Darth Vader is probably Rubio, bro.
no, no, Palpatine is definitely Bibi Netanyahu, right? That's what I'm saying. I am praying to God that Darth Vader at the end of all this turns on Bibi Netanyahu. Because what if he is playing? Because we all know. All right, so here's the thing. In reality, Donald Trump, our president, has raped children. Like, this is why he is in war. He is part of the Epstein class.
The Epstein class is my favorite news term, man.
But I mean, like, it's not it's a fact now. Like, he's running away from criminal punishment,
This
and
is
he
partly
took
why he got in the office, man. He was saying anything, and I was saying that. I was saying that in 2024. He is saying anything he can to get into that office to beat fucking charges. He is saying anything,
yes.
and people fucking fell for it.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now because this is the situation that we're in now.
I saw it
He
coming.
is right, but he is all the way trying to run from these charges, and he got it from Bibi because Bibi did the same thing. He's running from his charges.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
You don't understand, dude. When he got ousted, like a couple years back, I was like, thank God, dude. Maybe we can get some moderate positions in Israel. This is great. And then, like, I blinked my eye and he's just back there. He's just back in. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
October 6th or 7th happened.
He had
That's
a
what
fucking
happened.
vacation.
Yeah. But I am praying that he just does the right thing, because I want to be like, hey, maybe like, because what are the positives of us going to Iran?
Oil, I guess. That's about it.
Not even oil, it's just securing the Strait of Hormuz, right? Making sure that everybody that buys oil uses the dollar to strengthen the dollar.
Apparently, we have no interest in the strait. We want our allies to fucking secure it. We don't even want to secure it, or do we? I don't know. It changes every day.
We no, well, that's because he wants the allies to go in first because it's a suicide mission. That's why.
It is, man. But apparently Iran has offered a deal to Europe about the strait, so we'll be SOL if they take it. To be honest, they should take it. I just want to
They
see what would happen.
they are well. Here's the thing: because we went into war with Iran, we literally made them a superpower. Literally made them a superpower.
Yeah, we need that strait,
And
bro.
bro, literally made them a superpower because every market, everything is fugazi, but oil is an actual resource that we use.
Yeah.
You can't make that market up. It's a real thing. It is a commodity that is real. It's not fugazi. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so with Iran being in control of that, it literally made them a superpower. And it's all because we got exposed. Like, we are such a strong nation, but what's going to collapse us is the US dollar. And it was already collapsing before Trump was getting into office. And I think for them to save their lifestyle, they're like, "Hey, we need to go in and take control of this to permanently be the empire of the world."
Something like that, but, like, it was like, from 2023, it was starting to recover, like, the dollar's value, and then as soon as, like, Trump got in, he with the tariffs, killed it, like a complete sword slash to it, dude. It was
Yeah,
insane. Insane.
but
I was in Vegas when that thing happened, dude. I was trying to have a good time.
yeah, but we also do know, like, BRICS was a big part of that too, right? They're the only coalition that's going against the US dollar, and this definitely just makes them even stronger.
It does help Brooks, yeah. I don't think
So it's
Brooks is truly on point yet, but it definitely helps.
I mean, they are. I mean, BRICS is China,
Yeah.
Russia,
China, Russia,
Brazil,
Brazil, South Africa, and India.
India. Yeah, I mean, those are the up and coming. I mean, dude. So I mean,
China's up and
it's
coming, man. That's the thing.
Chi- China's up
It's
and
all
coming.
things are coming up China.
Supposedly China has one of the largest AI
I
developers
believe it.
Yeah, in Wuhan.
I believe it.
It's supposed to be more sophisticated than Silicon Valley.
I believe it
I don't know
because,
if that's
like,
true or not.
fucking China's actually interested in educating its populace.
Yeah,
We're not.
but yeah. But what if the strategy is for us what if the strategy is for us to lose so-called lose this war, right? What if the strategy is for Iran to be blown up, for us to get out of the Middle East, all the oil infrastructure in the Middle East is destroyed 10, 15 years, and then everybody is dependent on Venezuela oil, so they would have to go through the US.
I don't know. I don't know.
You think that's too conspiracy?
I would say that's too conspiracy, but also, like, we didn't really do much to Venezuela. We just got Maduro, you know?
That
His people
yeah,
are still there, right?
yeah, here's the thing, the reason why you don't take out leaders is because, uh, there's no one to negotiate. But if you get rid of the top dog and the second in command is really and is ready or willing to negotiate,
But that's the
then
thing.
you can.
But that's the thing about Venezuela. Maduro was the second in command.
Oh, really? I thought he was the president.
He was the president, but, like, when everything that began with Venezuela with, like, the whole socialism, closing up markets, privatizing the oil, it wasn't Maduro. Maduro was the second in command when that happened. The first president was, Hugo Chavez.
Oh,
That was the guy who
oh,
did it. Like, I'm just saying,
right,
like,
right,
what's stopping another Maduro from rising? Maduro was the dude who rose from it.
right, right. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But Maduro is the one that was threatening not to sell oil in US dollars, right?
Right.
So you take him out, and then his second in command's like, "Hey, I just saw what you did to Maduro. I like my life. I will continually to keep selling oil in US dollars."
I guarantee if
They
they
made a
stop doing
deal.
that, that second person's gonna be smarter about it. Apparently, it
100%.
was like his bodyguards that sold him out for money for like
Oh,
$50 million, and guess who didn't get paid? Shocking, right?
shocking. But, no, you have to pay them just so you could, keep on going. But, I mean, everybody that doesn't wanna negotiate with the USA, they just go down the line. They're like, "Oh, you don't wanna negotiate? We'll get rid of you and put this person in, and they will negotiate." I mean, that's how negotiations work
I don't know,
in
man.
geopolitics.
To me, it just feels like the United States realizes they can't compete with China, that China is an inevitability. And so that's why
100%.
they're focusing on this Don Road doctrine about keeping the West for themselves, you know?
But well, yeah, I said this before, right?
And I think one
China's
of the reasons they wanna disillusion NATO and they're kinda picking a fight with, like, Europe is because they realize that that shit's cooked already. It's China already got that.
China's number 1 economically, but the US is number 1 militarily. So that's why you have to use your advantage, your military, and do land grabs. You know what I mean? And somehow recover from economics because China does win-win deals. They don't they're people like working with China. They don't like working with the US because 'cause we're too aggressive.
I know. Well, the United States is following the same path of the Western Roman Empire right now. It's fucking
Really?
they're following the exact same path. They're overstretching their resources. They're trying to govern a world when they don't necessarily have the power to govern the world. The world is tired of them. They're tired of the brutality. They're tired of them going back on their deals, just like Rome did. Rome, in its late stage, constantly went back on its deals, and people got pissed.
Yeah.
They had no more allies. Rome was very good at burning bridges with allies because they were just, "We're superior. We're Latin. We're far superior because 'cause we're Roma." Um, Constantly did that. The corruption was insane. The elites were too far removed from Rome. Literally, they moved the capital from Rome to a little further north. So they had no idea what was going on anymore, and everything
They're
was
out of
just
touch.
more money, more power, more corruption. People were far more interested in their own um, enrichment than the enrichment of the empire. One of the reasons why the Roman Empire shrunk was because people were too busy taking their money, their army, to go and try to seize control themselves. That's the reason they pulled out of Great Britain at the time. That's why the goal was so easily captured, because everyone was just like, "Come on, guys, follow me. I want to be the next emperor."
Wow, that is what's happening. I tell you what, though,
It's austerity, too much austerity.
you know, we Benjamin Netanyahu, right? I was watching this clip of him talk, and somebody asked him, "What kind of book are you reading?" And he was like, "I'm reading this book, Jews versus Rome
Yeah,
by Barry Stratz."
yeah.
And he said that the Jews lost the first time,
They
but they
lost
won't
every
lose.
time.
But he said they won't lose the second time. And so in my mind, it's like, who does he think is the new Rome?
It's us. We're Rome.
So if he thinks that we're the next Rome, do you think it's the self-destruction is being garnered from within, like generated by him?
It's
Like, do you
possible.
think
It's possible, man. I mean, the difference was like between Rome and Israel versus us and Israel is that, Israel is our ally and we give them money. Rome straight up despised Israel. Rome hated Israel because Israel wouldn't stop rebelling constantly, constantly. Like
yeah,
yeah, like
you can't
the zealots and shit like that. They're in the Bible of them rebelling constantly against Rome, dude. Rome
can't blame them.
no, you can't blame them. You can't blame them. Rome was a brutal society. It was a society. It was a Ponzi scheme society built on the backs of slavery. That's why it was rare they innovated. Um, but like every time Rome did something to Israel, it was a response. It's not like they
Mm,
provoked them too much. But
yeah.
what Trajan did to them, horrible. It was terrible. That's what started the whole like diaspora was what Trajan did. But like they rebelled. What is an empire going to do? What would Israel do if fucking Gaza rebelled? The same thing.
Right, right, right. That's what I'm saying. You can't blame Israel for rebelling. But my thing is if Israel has infiltrated the American politics using APAC, and they have so much influence, so much thing, do you think, and they have the Greater Israel project, which Bibi has said publicly that he wants to make Israel a superpower.
Yeah, he
Well, if
believes in the
Israel
greater Israel.
if Israel is a superpower of the world, I mean, there can really you can't have the United States be a superpower if Israel's a superpower. I mean, like I
You can
think
have
that's the whole
you can have more
that's
than
the
one superpower, but like I think they just want the Middle East. They want the Middle East. They want from Egypt to fucking Iran. That's what they want. It's plain to see that they just want total control of the region, like how we control the West. They want to control the Middle East.
so if they want the Middle East, who's their biggest threat?
It's Iran. Always has been.
Yeah, it has
Always
been.
has been.
Yeah. And Iran is not as dumb as people thought they were because now they're completely showing us up.
They are. It's sad, but it's like that's it's sad that that's happening, but it's even sadder that this was 100% predictable. This was everyone knew what would happen if we went into Iran. That's why we didn't do it. That's why we never did it.
Oh,
Trump was the only one dumb enough to do it, man. Every president since Reagan was visited by Israeli intelligence begging them to go into Iran. But Trump was the only one that's like, oh, hi guys, I'm gonna be the best. Who did it?
Well, but then
And that was
that's where it's
also
at,
fucking predictable.
but it's predictable, but at the same time, do you think Trump had an option?
Yeah, he could have said no, like everyone before him.
But here's the thing. With the Epstein class, knowing that he raped children and he's running from, sentencing, running from being committed a crime, the best way to change the narrative is going to war.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So,
But the thing is like, no one's really supporting this war unless you're a maggot,
I dude, I talk to boomers now. I feel like they're all pretty much except you're right, except for like the loyalist MAGAs, but most people are in tune. A majority of people, like even Mom and Marv, they're all the way in tune.
What
You
do
know
you
what I
mean in
mean? They
tune? Are they
I,
against it or for it?
no, 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 no. I
I
mean,
didn't think so.
I mean, no, they're 100% against it. I mean, most people know why we're in Iran. Most people think it's because of Israel, which is probably because of Israel. But I mean, it's Israel that wants to remain dominant in the Middle East, and it's Trump running away from his crimes, from the Epstein files. So I mean, like it's a perfect storm, and that's what's happening. We got exposed, and now we really can't leave.
I know, but like, this is the thing that's really frustrating. This is the thing that's really frustrating about Trump's administration was just like when people in 2024 voted for this man, they all forgot that this was exactly like his first term. It was just there's so much happening, and people just fucking got. We got lazy. We got fat off nothing happening. But no, we had to have more. We needed it again. And you know what? Everyone got burned out in 6 months. And now we're doing this shit again. We're doing this again. We're only 29% out of his presidency. We have
I don't know.
we have 70% left. And then after that, I predict The Simpsons will be right when Lisa was president. We have no money.
Yeah.
We have to fix everything.
I don't think he'll last. I don't think he'll make it to the midterms, honestly.
Dude, evil doesn't die, bro. Only good die young. Only good people die young, bro.
That's why I'm a bad man.
Only the good die young. People have to realize that, bro. People who should fucking be taken by natural causes, it takes forever. It takes forever for them to go.
Yeah.
Even Alex Jones is starting to cry over Trump's health right now, but he's gonna last maybe another 20 years. Just you watch.
I don't do you think Trump's a lizard person?
Him? No. No.
Yeah.
No, lizard no, they infested Silicon Valley. They're in Silicon Valley.
100%. Yeah, 100%. You can tell. You can tell the difference.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, I don't think the thing is like, Trump is running away from his crimes that he committed. The best thing for him is to go into another war, try to change the narrative, knowing that we can't win, knowing that we're trapped. You got all these people telling him, "Don't do this."
Epstein
You
fury, baby.
And so, like, this is what it came down to. That's why I honestly think that, he won't make it. I say he'll be kicked out of office by the end of summertime. The weather gets nice, people will be out and about, people will be rioting more because the weather's nice. People will be not rioting, but protesting more because the weather's nice. And I mean, like, the Epstein thing is gonna keep bubbling up. It never goes away because it's gonna keep bubbling up, keep bubbling up, keep bubbling up, and he's trying his hardest to run away from that. That is his goal, is to get far from that. And that is a page out of Satan Yahoo's playbook to do that.
Unfortunately, he's doing a good job of it, dude.
Right now,
he's doing a good job
right now.
Yeah, but as soon as Iran ends, he's going to do something else. We're gonna be. I predict in a few episodes from now, we'll be talking about Cuba. I bet we're gonna be, and then after Cuba, we're gonna be talking about another far-flung country we don't fucking give a shit about. It's just that's the same thing that happened in Trump 1. It's just there's always something else. There's a new thing. There's a new blaze in this. There's a new piece of corruption, dude. Fucking like Pete Hegseth, fucking broker, investing in Raytheon before the Iran war, just before the Iran war.
That wasn't just Pete Hegseth. There was the other guy too. I forget his name, but hey, did you see that TMZ's following like the Congress people?
Yeah.
When they're on their break. Did you see Lindsey Graham, the guy that has no kids?
He doesn't have kids?
Disney World. He doesn't have any kids, and he's at Disney World with a little wand. Like, bro.
Oh my god. Let him have some fun, dude. Oh my god. I'm not even that mad about that.
No, dude. No.
I'd rather him be there than in Congress right now. I'm sorry.
He's too old. He's too old for that stuff.
Let him stand there awkwardly while the Middle East is getting bombed, dude. At least he can't do any damage in Disney.
What do you mean? There's kids there. This guy's in the Epstein files too. What are you talking about?
Is he? I didn't see that.
They're all running, man. The Epstein class, they're all running from crime. All of them.
Fucking Epstein lizard class, bro. I'm telling you, man. Watch out for these fucking lizards, bro. But it's lizards. They just want to be in society. It's like Elon begging to go to the island because he's just like, because he got the orders down. He got the orders up from the fucking, from the hollow earth. And they were just like, we need you, Elon, to get in on the Epstein Island. He's like, yes, my lord, I will get in there. And he's just like texting fucking Epstein, going like, Epstein, when's the next wildest party? Because I'm totally cool, guys. I'm totally cool. I'm Elon Musk. Look at me.
I know this man naming his kids after weird names, probably like real names in lizard people world.
The most unlikable man in society, bro. I'm sorry. NASA just launched Artemis. NASA just launched Artemis 2, and they're about to fucking like circumvent the moon. You know who hasn't done that? Mr. We're gonna occupy Mars in 2019. Hasn't even gotten past Mars. He hasn't got past Mars. Meanwhile, NASA's still fucking doing it.
Here's the thing.
Defund SpaceX, bro. Give it to NASA, bro. NASA knows what they're doing, bro. NASA ain't a bunch of losers, bro. NASA doesn't want to be popular with Jeffrey Epstein, bro. They're not going to a fucking island. Let the scientists science.
But NASA is a spy organization now.
I don't give a fuck. They're actually going to the moon.
Are they though?
Yes. Yes, they are. Yeah. Do you think Artemis 2's fake?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, dude, we're in wartime.
Look, if it was so easy to fake, how come Elon hasn't done it yet?
How come Elon hasn't done it yet?
Yeah, if it's so easy to fake it, why hasn't Elon done it yet?
I don't know.
That's because it's not fake. Because if it was easy to fake, this motherfucker would have done it 300 times by now. He would have been like, yeah, my astronauts just got back from Pluto.
I never thought of that. Like,
increase my shareholder value, please.
You're right. You're right.
That's my reasoning for a lot of things. If the most slimiest motherfucker hasn't thought of it yet, it has to be real.
Yeah. I mean, like, everything that comes out of Elon Musk, man, is just like, stop.
I've been trying to tell you guys for years, he is not a good person.
Stop it.
He's not a good person. He lies. He's a vaporware salesman.
He is a scammer. He is a scammer.
I remember I used to be on the Elon train until like, I think it was like 2016. I was like, I'm kind of feeling like this guy's a fraud. I'm starting to think this guy is a fraud, bro.
Well, what do you think about Elon's claims that AI is going to take everybody's job?
Increase my shareholder value, please.
Please.
That's everything out of his mouth is to rise the stock is for the stock market. That's the only thing he cares about.
100%. That's same with Trump. Everything out of his mouth is for the stocks.
Yeah,
for the market.
That's it. That's what you have to realize with like these AI companies, Elon and Trump, is that everything they say is for the line to go up. That's the only thing they care about.
Sad, because like what Michael Jackson said, they don't really care about us.
They
You
don't.
know?
They don't.
They don't
They
really
don't.
care about
The
us.
cartel protected him during that music video.
Did they really?
Yes. Yeah, I think he was in, like, Colombia, like, during, like, fucking like, just after fucking Pablo Escobar was dead, and the cartel was like, "Michael Jackson's coming. Don't worry, we got him."
Yeah. They still got him, though.
Yeah, you think his death wasn't an accident?
Yeah.
You don't think he I mean, they his doctor went to prison.
Well, no, I mean, like but, yes, what they do is, at first, they try to cancel you. They can't cancel you. They hit you with charges.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you're in the
Oh, yeah. I don't believe the allegations.
Yeah,
I don't
then
believe
they
the
hit you with the
allegations.
charges, the never-ending charges, and then if for some reason you get past the second strike, then they take you out.
Dude, it sucks. I still
It does.
listen to MJ, dude. He's still the GOAT. He's still the GOAT of
He's
pop,
still the
dude.
GOAT.
Still the
Still the
GOAT.
GOAT. Still the king.
Everyone still tries to copy him, man.
And you just can't.
You can't,
He's the
dude.
original.
Smooth Criminal, masterpiece. Come on. Thriller, masterpiece. The whole album. You can listen to start to finish, and it's still good. Start to finish, still
Billie
good.
Jean.
Billie Jean, fucking beat it. Come on, man. Come on. Oh my god, dude. World is frustrating.
The world, it wasn't frustrating like this a couple years ago.
Yeah, I wonder why.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My thing
we got comfortable. We got comfortable a couple years ago, and people got mad because they wanted conflict, bro.
I don't think that.
I think it's that. I think it's that because like during Trump 1 and now during Trump 2, careers are being made agitating, rage baiting, talking about it. During the Biden years, there wasn't too much to talk about. The inflation was like the only thing, but that was the only thing. You need a constant stream besides just one thing.
During Biden, no, there was a lot to talk about during the Biden. They had the whole social thing, the social like culture wars or whatever. But the main thing about Biden, it was like this guy isn't really in charge.
No, somebody else. The thing about the culture war is that it's fake. The culture war is 100% fake. But
it was fake. But it was the distraction to tell you, hey, this guy is senile. He has dementia, and he's not really running anything.
But that's it. But that's like you can count that on one hand. The problem with Trump is that you need to break out your toes after 1 year.
I don't think Trump is running anything either.
No, I don't think he is. But I'm just saying there's a constant stream of a lot happening. That's what I mean.
Well, yeah,
like every day there seems to be something, but like during like Obama or Biden, dude, it's maybe a week. You could sleep for a week and not really miss anything.
Because Trump is hitting you with thousands of distractions, so you're not focused on him raping kids.
That's what I mean. A lot of people made their careers talking about it, agitating, rage baiting. That's why you see that's why a lot of people are getting their news from new news, on the internet. These people wanted Trump back in office because they have a steady stream of things to talk about. They need civil wars to fight, bro, like against Candace and shit. They need blood, bro. During the Biden years, they're just like woke. But people started getting tired of that.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
That's why they made up like the cats and dogs shit. They just straight up started making shit up.
Do you think Candace Owens was vindicated on the
I think she I think she closed her eyes and just hit the bullseye. That's the only thing that happened. That's what happened. She closed her eyes and hit the bullseye. And it happens. It happens sometimes, bro.
I mean, like, dude, no. I mean, no. First of all, you know me, I am not a component of the lone gunman theory at all.
I mean, it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad for that theory right now.
I am not, dude. I do not believe in the lone gunman theory that they continuously try to push on us. Even with JFK, I don't believe it.
Dude, imagine if this dude gets off, dude, how Kash Patel is probably going to be looking over his shoulder the whole fucking time.
Well, the guy...
he's going to be like, dude, it's over. It's over. You might as well just resign as FBI director at that point, dude.
honestly, Kash Patel should be hold in jail for treason. Kash Patel, treason, right away.
Well,
Treason. Pam Bondi was fired, but she should still be in jail for treason. Like,
apparently, she
all these
begged Trump not to follow her, not to fire her on her knees, bro, on her knees. It's sad.
man, I don't believe that story whatsoever.
I believe it, Drew. Dude, if you're in this administration, I'm sorry, but you're used to just debasing yourself. So I'm not. I don't think it's a leap to be on their knees. These people, Kash Patel wrote a children's book about Trump being a good king, bro. A king. He wrote children's books of him, bro. Children's books. You think this man won't get on his knees? He wants to fly to different countries with his little girlfriend, bro. If he's fired, that's done. You don't think he will beg? You don't think his girlfriend will make him beg?
You're right. Trump is probably like, I gave you the light. Trump is probably the devil. He is like, I gave you the light that you always dreamed of. And now you threw me under the bus. Gone. Dude, off with your head.
With how the American evangelicals like worship this guy, it is not a stretch to guess that he is the Antichrist. I'm sorry. But I don't think it's a stretch.
It's not a stretch at all. It's probably accurate. But here's the thing too. It's like Trump he doesn't have any support. No American people don't like him. They see through what's going on. That's why I'm always looking at different angles of trying to figure out the strat. But it's just so like blatantly obvious that this guy is just running because he raped kids. I mean, that's the only strat.
It is. He definitely ran again to avoid prison. That is 100%. I'm even though it's alleged, I think it's true. He had a lot of charges on him. He had his mugshot and everything. Him and JD said as many things they could to fucking get into office. Some people, even on this podcast, believe some of it. They said whatever they could to get in the office. I was saying that I was ringing the bell, dude. I was the Hunchback of Notre Dame, hitting that bell going, they're just yapping. Don't fucking believe them. But you know what? And then they went on to every podcast, which, yeah, revolutionary, to go on like Joe Rogan and Theo Von and Andrew Schultz. And far be it from me from people like believing that, hey, these people I at least used to listen to now would push back a little bit on his claims. Dumbass me for thinking that.
No, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Like he stole the voice of the people, right? The voice of the people, he did a 180 on the voice of the people. He ran on the voice of the people, right?
Constantly.
He did.
They always do that. And then just at the moment they're in office, they kick you.
But who else are you supposed to vote for? Joe Biden, who doesn't know where he's at? Like, I mean, like, you only have...
I get it. Look, I 100%, I get it. It's not sexy.
Yeah.
2024 was the first time I ever voted, like, Democrat straight ticket. It was the only time. It's not sexy, but unfortunately, they are the moderate position. It sucks, but at least...
But you're looking at it. Here's the thing, though. You're looking at it from a left and right perspective when that's not the perspective that you should have.
But that is the perspective we have. We only have two parties.
And that's what I'm trying to say. It's an illusion.
It's not that much of an illusion. Yeah, there's left and the illusion is that they're far apart. They're that far apart, but they're more like this, but there's still a big difference between them. You know what I mean?
So you think if Kamala was president, she wouldn't go in Iran?
I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. That is the most fucking cope that people fucking regurgitate. She would have not went into Iran. I think it is the only people saying that are people who voted for Trump and they're trying to defend themselves. There's no way. If Biden, who has Alzheimer's, didn't go into Iran, why would Kamala?
I think she would. I think she would. 100%.
They couldn't get the Alzheimer's patient to go in Iran, but somehow the prosecutor would. That makes no sense.
Well, because you have to look at what happened, right? You have to look at
what happened. Israel. What did Iran do?
Well, why? All right. So we're going against Iran simply because Israel wants to be the dominant position in the Middle East. Right?
I get it, but the Democrat position was the Iran nuclear deal. right? Obama had it. Biden reinstated it after Trump destroyed it. Kamala wouldn't have done anything. They, from all intents and purposes, from like the world, what is it? The fucking United Nations and the other world like e-commerce things, Iran was abiding for it. Kamala would have had no reason. There was no reason. Going into Iran was unthinkable until Trump did it.
You think Kamala Harris would have been a great president?
I don't think she would have been a great president. I don't think she would have gone to Iran. That's the thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think she would have abducted Maduro.
Well, yeah, I agree with you on that one.
I don't think she would have instated tariffs.
That is true. I don't think so neither.
The only big difference is that would we see the Epstein list? No. Will we see the Epstein files? No. We would have far less files out than we do now. That's the only difference.
I just don't even think, I can't even imagine her being president.
Well, you don't have to.
That's a different timeline. It's a different
timeline, but like, I just think us going to Iran, us doing Venezuela is cope. It would have never happened under Kamala.
Maybe.
It's cope. And my reasoning is if they couldn't get the Alzheimer's patient to do it, why would she do it? She's like 50. She's fine. She has her faculties.
Yeah.